My best friend asked me to lie to his wife, so I told her everything. My best friend Nate and I met in college 10 years ago. His wife Jenna is 7 months pregnant with their first child. We were at lunch when Nate pulled me aside in the restaurant parking lot afterwards. "I need you to cover for me this weekend," he said. Looking nervous, I asked what he meant. "Tell Jenna we have a work conference in Denver," he said, but there was no conference. "What are you really doing?" I asked. He looked around the parking lot before answering, "I'm meeting Amber from my gym in Vegas for the weekend." I couldn't believe what I was hearing because Jenna's 7 months pregnant at home. "This is wrong," I told him. "I need this before I'm locked down with a baby," he said. "Jenna will never find out. You're my best friend. You do the same for me." I told him I needed to think about it, but I felt sick. That night, Jenna called me. "Hey, Nate mentioned something about a conference this weekend." Her voice sounded exhausted and maybe suspicious. "Is that really happening?" I told her I'd check my calendar and call her back, but something felt really off about everything. The next morning, Nate texted me early. "Did Jenna call you?" When I said yes, he replied immediately, "Good, tell her it's in Denver. Keep it simple." Then he added another text. "This isn't my first fake trip, if you know what I mean." He'd done this before. How many times while Jenna dealt with morning sickness alone? That afternoon, Jenna texted me. "Sorry to bother you, but which hotel are you guys staying at? I wanted to send Nate a surprise." I felt terrible because she wanted to surprise her cheating husband, and I couldn't respond to her. Nate must have sensed something was wrong because he showed up at my apartment that night with pizza and beer like nothing was happening. "You're overthinking this whole thing," he said. "Look, I've been seeing Amber for 2 months already. The trip is happening whether you help or not. Just back me up." 2 months while his wife was pregnant and dealing with everything alone. "She deserves to know the truth," I said. His whole attitude changed instantly. "You tell her and I'll deny everything." Who do you think she'll believe? Her husband or the single friend who's always hanging around? It felt like a threat from someone I'd known and trusted for years. The next day, Jenna called again, sounding worse. "I'm worried about Nate. He's been so distant lately, working late every night, forgetting things constantly. Is everything okay with him?" I could hear in her voice that she was basically begging me to tell her what she already suspected was happening. "He seems fine to me," I said, but I hated myself for lying to her like this. "That's good," she said quietly, but we both knew I wasn't being honest with her. That night, Nate sent me his flight details. In case she checks anything, see? I think of everything. Like he was proud of being such a calculated liar. The morning of the trip, Nate kept texting me constantly. "Heading to airport now. Remember the plan." Then Jenna texted, "Nate forgot his vitamins again. The baby's due in 2 months and he can't even remember vitamins." Then she added something that changed everything. "Can you remind him at your conference? If there really is one." That last part hit me hard because she definitely knew something was wrong. I couldn't do this anymore, so I grabbed my keys and drove straight to their house. I knock on Jenna's door and she opens it with red eyes from crying. "There's no conference, is there?" she asks before I can even speak. I shake my head. "Vegas with Amber from the gym," I tell her directly. She nods slowly with her hand protective on her belly. "2 months?" she asks quietly. "That's what he told me yesterday," I confirm. She lets me in and sits down carefully on the couch. "I know about the affair already," she says. "Credit cards don't lie. Hotel charges, dinner receipts at places he said he was working." She shows me her phone with a drafted text to Amber, warning her that Nate was married with a baby coming. "I was waiting to see what you'd do first before sending this." When I realized she was testing me, she nods slowly. "When someone shows you who your real friends are, you pay attention. Nate failed completely. You didn't." She hits send on the message to Amber. Her phone rings 30 seconds later. She puts it on speaker. It's Nate, screaming frantically. "What did you tell Amber?" "She just left me at the gate." Jenna smiles through her tears. "The truth. Something you're allergic to." She hangs up and looks at me directly. "My lawyer's serving him when he lands back home. Nate lost everything in the divorce settlement. Jenna had their son last month. She made me the godfather for passing her test about loyalty."